It's the Green Rush Nation podcast. I just had the bluest dream that you've ever seen, and I can't believe that shit was green, cause it hit so clean, and my history is a mystery. I don't give a fuck, I just hit the tree on the 5th degree. We don't pit for free. If you don't got 5 shit, get up and leave. It's the Green Rush Nation podcast. What's going on, guys? This is the Green Rush Nation podcast. Today we have a very special guest. This guy is a legend in the industry, known for throwing crazy events. I had the pleasure of meeting him over at Kush Talk this year, at my first Kush Talk, so it was an honor. And we got Mikey Kush from Nothin But Fire. Appreciate you coming out, brother.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Hey, how was your travels in?
This is far still. The valley's far, bro.
Okay, yeah. You did. I do actually remember you mentioning when I told you we were in the valley. You're like, oh fuck. I'll still come to you though. I was like, all right, cool.
I literally said that. I was like, oh fuck. Because the whole day's lost. You're here,
yeah.
And then we got here. There's no traffic. But anytime when we're done,
Trust me.
I got one more stop because I'm already out here. Might as well.
Yeah.
And then when you go back, traffic, and then you're like,
That's
fuck it. Then you make another 2 stops, and then that's it. The whole day's gone.
Wait it out, yeah. Well, hopefully you planned for it, which it seems like you did.
I did.
Great. Shit. Here on the Green Rush Nation podcast, we don't want to just know about your business ventures and your great events, but we want to know about you as a person as well. So do you remember your first experience with marijuana and smoking it? And where are you from? Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
I'm from California. From
Okay.
LA.
Born and raised?
Born and raised all over LA, all over California,
Very
up and
nice.
down the valley. Grew up in Southgate. Actually,
I'm familiar.
the one that I don't remember was Bell Gardens, which is a 98.6% Hispanic population.
Okay. What is your ethnicity? Where are you from?
I'm Peruvian and Japanese.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Dope.
So, I mean...
And so I'm sure out here in LA, it seems to be a theme that I'm sure you discovered marijuana at a very young age.
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember smoking the first time?
Yes.
What was it? Was it a joint? Was it a blunt?
It was shotgunned.
Okay. What does that mean?
That means that a really hot girl inhaled it, and I was scared. I was like, I was one of those like sane kids and like a dare kid. So I was like anti-drugs and this and that.
Dare kid is crazy.
Yeah, grabbed one titty and fucking got shotgunned and it was over.
Okay, damn. So that changed your life a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened. It was one of those things I was like, they're like, you want to smoke? I was like, no. She's like, I'll shotgun it to you. What does that mean? That means my lips are going to put your lips. And I was like, I was sold. I was like, all right, I'm in. Let's try it. I was not even a freshman, and she was a senior varsity cheerleader.
Hey, okay.
And it was one of the tightest experience ever, and that was it.
Great memory. And was
They're
this...
like, do you remember how you feel? I'm like, no, horny? Fucking, I don't even remember. Like, I remember.
That's why I like weed.
I remember everything about that day, but they're like, do you remember how you feel? And I'm like, I don't remember how I felt.
Was it a party or was it just like after school shit?
No, it was like the neighbor had pulled up in the truck, and I think he picked me up because I had to walk.
Okay.
He picked me up. He's like, jump in, and then he had some girl in the front, and then his truck had like laying down shit in the back.
Okay.
So I was laying down in the back with this girl, and she shotgunned it to me, and I don't really remember how I felt. But I do remember that I got high at some point. And you just kind of like, whatever. That was greatest. Bro, this is my first booby. You know what I mean?
Way better than my first time smoking. I'll tell you that. That's for damn sure. I was paranoid as shit. I wish I had a titty.
I don't remember being paranoid. I was not paranoid. I don't remember. Bro, I was chilling. There was a chick. I got a titty.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what to do. And then, like, you know what I mean?
Sounds like, honestly, a great experience. I can't argue with it.
That's why I'm still a stoner. Fucking.
God bless. So I
years
think
later.
if anybody had that experience, if you don't smoke after that, I don't know what's wrong with you. You might be gay. But so now you've come a long way. When was it that you really started smoking after that? Like you sat down, like, okay, now it was like an everyday thing for you.
Right after that, what do you mean?
Like directly?
Bro, after that, every day I was trying to see how
you were trying to see another titty and smoke another joint?
I mean, isn't that always the goal, right?
Absolutely, I agree.
No, literally the next day I was like, all right, how do I get that feeling back?
Okay.
And then at some point she was like, you're a big boy now. You can smoke yourself. And then it was kind of like,
I need a new smoking partner.
Yeah, it was like, fuck, I gotta smoke it myself. And you smoke, it's all hard. You start coughing, you're like, oh, this is not that cool.
Yeah, it's not as good. Not as good when you do it.
When it absorbs the.
It's true. Yeah,
You know
they
what I mean?
get all the fucking
It's like French inhaling, you know. It's a filter. You filter it.
Yeah. So it was after that. I was like, oh, kind of. That's the worst part about smoking.
Yeah.
The cough.
Yeah. No, that's for damn
For
sure.
sure.
And that got me, like, especially with dabs for the first time. I thought I was gonna die. I was like, someone call 911. My lungs aren't opening back up. Like,
what was your first dab? Was it a red hot dab, or was it some of this new bullshit at 52? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's
it
not
was
bullshit.
red hot.
It's not bullshit. It's
I was in New
perfect.
York, bro, so it could have been pine tar heroin. I don't know. It was fucking black, like straight up.
He
But
said pine tar.
I was high as fuck, bro. I got so high, but the thing that scared me the most, well, first of all, everyone kept explaining it's gonna be like the first time you smoked. I was like, I don't fucking want that. Like, that's crazy. But then it wasn't like that. But they never explained to me that feeling you get in your lungs, like after you dab, after you're coughing, though, and it feels like it's not gonna open back up. So I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. Yo, you guys killed me. This is fucked up. I'm gonna be the first death of marijuana. Like, this is crazy. But then I came back from it, and I was like, okay. And I didn't want to do dabs for a while after that because I was like, that fucked me up. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, that's too much. I'm cool with the flower. But now, shit, I take dabs every day.
I can't lie to you. My first dab was in Santa Ana at the first Kush Kingdom. That was my dispensary. And there was this couple that would always, like, it was like a crackhead tube with, like, a hose. We got it as hot as fucking possible.
Jesus.
And then it was, like, black fucking dog hair, bullshit.
Yeah.
And I smoked it. I inhaled it. I felt like I was inhaling butane and gasoline, and I instantaneously like vomited. And you're just like,
goodness.
oh, that was terrible. It's high as fuck though.
Yeah, for sure.
And I didn't like dabs for a long time.
Yeah.
Forever, I was like, nah, fuck dabs.
Yeah.
Then I met this guy named Wheezy Dabs, who made the hardcore back in the day. If you guys remember this guy, he's a legend. He's the reason that High Times actually has a wax category.
Really?
And a batter category. Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Wheeze. This motherfucker was like, no, it's not like that, this and that. And at this point in time, I had already been marketing with like all the rappers and everybody, and I'd be backstage, and I was kind of like, this is my turn. Who the fuck is this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen him walk before. Why is he in a wheelchair right now? Why is he in a little scooter?
Yeah.
This motherfucker faking? You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? And he'd always be like, he had fucking hot dad. His shit was fire.
Yeah.
He won fucking, I don't know how many cups.
That's sick.
And we're in the International Cup in Amsterdam and the whole
Wow.
shit. He was legendary.
That's sick.
So he gave me my first real dab that I was like, okay. And then my boy Pockets, rest in peace. He's the one who's like, bro, meet my boy fucking Wheezy. The one in the wheelchair? I don't know if I like that guy. He's like, no, bro, honestly, you guys are going to be fucking best friends. Like, he's cool as fuck. And I was like, fuck, all right, I met him. He dabbed me out, and I was like, fuck, that shit was good. And I was still kind of like, fuck that.
Fuck that guy.
You know what I mean? And then he gave me at some point, he fucking went to a show. He saw all my people, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you know that guy? I'm like, he's cool as fuck. All right, fuck it. Went over there, got another dab of the hardcore,
Yeah.
and I got high as fuck.
What kind of dabs were you puffing out at this time? Was it like rosin or?
No. It was BHO.
Okay.
It was BHO, but this guy was the only guy that could take all the butane out of it because of the fucking crazy ass process that I ended up learning later on.
Interesting.
He taught me how to make wax. Anyways, and then I won fucking one of the High Times in 2016 because of his ass.
Congrats.
And then we won some fucking. He won a shit ton, and like, if he won like 25, there's like 4 that were my fault, you know, or 5 because at that point he had taught me, and he'd just kind of look at me like, yeah, whatever. You still don't get the trophy. Whatever, cool. Yeah. I'm still being paid, motherfucker. I'm doing my job.
Absolutely.
Like, we get paid or not. And he's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
And that shit was fire as fuck.
Dope.
And what happened is that then the next day I went to smoke weed. I smoked like half an ounce to my face, and I couldn't get high.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I called him,
Tolerance.
I'm like, hey, what the fuck is going on, bro? This is what happened. And he just starts laughing. Ha, 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 ha. Welcome. And I was like, welcome? Welcome. You're a dabber now. You can no longer get high on the fucking. I'm like, what? Click. And he just hung up on me. I was like, what the fuck? This motherfucker. And he was one of those guys that, like, it wasn't like you get a hold of him every day. Like, you could talk to him every day. But, like, to meet him, to get the wax, was a fucking old school drug dealer fucking, oh, yeah, I'll get to you, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So now I have to hunt this motherfucker down all the time. So I started learning his patterns. And I figured out that the motherfucker would work his ass off for like a week or 2 and make all the wax, sell all the wax for the next week. And then he'd disappear for 3 weeks and be on vacation. I was like, wow, this motherfucker's got the life.
Yeah.
Once I figured out his pattern, Then I just would meet him before he would like
You know, in the
leave.
cop. Yeah, exactly.
And then at some point, my shop, my partners were embezzling or whatever the fuck, and like everyone got paid except for my accounts, of course. So I had to go back and eat crow. And I was like, listen, dog, this is what's happening. This is what happened. Let me work it off. And he's like, listen, we're friends now. We've been friends. You're going to be my friend now. You're going to be my friend when you're working for me. And you're going to be my friend when I fire you. And I just kind of smiled. I'm like, why do you think you're going to fire me? He goes, nobody fucking can last. And after working with him, Wheezy, I've been your handler fucking those years. You're a hard motherfucker to deal with. But you're a fucking genius. And you kept me safe. And you kept me with no burns. So fucking, I love you, brother.
God
and
bless.
this is what you say. He'd always be like, we have 2 jobs. You need to get home to your fucking daughter. And we need to stay out of handcuffs. And that's the fucking it. That's what the fuck. So if I fucking tell you and I yell at you, stop you motherfucker, whatever the fuck, don't get your fucking panties in a bunch. Don't be a little fucking pussy. Like, just fucking do it. I remember one time I just got done blasting, whatever, and I thought we were done. You know, this is when I first had started. And I'm bringing in the fucking thing and it's bubbling. And I see him turn pale. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, whoa. And I turned around and I fucking put it back on there and I fucking let it go. And I came back in. I'm like, what's up? He's like, it's still bubbling. I was like, only a little bit. He goes, yeah, we're only going to explode a little bit. And I was like, oh. He goes, no, it has to be still. And I went, oh,
that's
fuck.
crazy.
He goes, do you want to look like that house that we just went to?
Yeah.
Because we had to go pick up butane from a house that had blown up because they had extra butane because they're not doing it anymore. Yeah. We walk in, and from here up, it's all black. All the fucking things are melted. It was fucking hilarious. Because it was fucked up and great at the same time. Because I walked in, and he starts laughing, and I start fucking laughing, and I'm like, he's like, thanks, dicks. It's fucked up, and we're like, bro, we're laughing because we literally talked about, I just got yelled at why not to do this. Yeah. And it was just one of those moments of like, back in the day shit.
That was the craziest part. I heard about shit blowing up left and right. Huh? And let me put it in perspective for you. I worked at a ski shop. Dude I worked with was making his own shit in his basement, bro. Blowing the butane through a fucking tube with the weed in it, making his own shit. That's why I look like pine tar heroin. And no matter how much he purged it or whatever he did, I'm like, bro.
I'm going to give everyone game. It's not even game anymore, but it's all starting matter. Yeah. The reason, because the starting matter has to be taken care of just as good as the flower. So that way you'll get that kind of result out of the product.
Yeah, no, for sure. This kid had no idea what the fuck he was doing. He just wanted cheaper way to make his own fucking wax. And he fucking was like, bro, sick, you got to come by and see how I do it. I was like, fuck no, I don't want to come by and see how I do it. Shout out to Alex, though. Great guy. I did smoke some of them, and shit, fucking A, I'm glad we are where we are in today's day and age. But shit, we've been talking about dabs a lot, but let's get into now the events a little bit. Well, fuck the events for a second, just because I want to know, how did you get into like the business part of it? When did it click with you, and you were more than just a smoker? You were like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do with my life.
You're gonna pretty much at the beginning.
Okay, so right away, right after the titty.
Right after the titty. So at some point, I found out that my cousin sold weed. Okay. And what happened is that I called him, and I had a bunch of people over, and we all chipped in on an eighth, and then this guy bought his own eighth, and then that guy bought, those two guys bought an eighth or whatever. So I called him over, I'm like, hey, I got this, that, or whatever. He's like, cool. He came over, served everyone up. We all fucking smoked. Yeah. Fucking fat joints and whatever the fuck. Hell yeah. Smoked all of it. Good old days, yeah. It was like fucking 2 hours later, I fucking had to call him back because I had another group that had, those guys left, another group came over. I'm like, hey, I need more eighths. Fuck, he came over again. Same shit. And then they left, whatever. Fucking called him again. And he's like, bro, I can't keep coming back every fucking, like, what the fuck? Yeah. Well, fuck, sorry, what do you want to do? Yeah. Don't trip. He fucking comes over. I don't remember if he gave me an ounce or QP the first time. Okay. But I know the second time he gave me a pound. Oh, no, you know what? It was a QP. So he gave it to me like on Wednesday or Thursday. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. I'm shitting bricks. Yeah. Like, I don't fucking know. Yeah, dare. Flipped it in like 2 days. Okay. And I had all the money. Gave him the money. He goes like this and goes, where's your pocket? He goes, here. Like, no, what's that? I don't want that. What do you mean? He goes, that's your money. For what? Just, that's fucking idiot. Just take the fucking money.
Yeah.
I don't want money. I want weed. He goes, oh my God, shut the fuck up. He fucking got more weed, gave me £1. And that was like Friday afternoon. By Monday, I'd sold out. And that was it.
Beautiful. So shout out to your cousin, bro, for being
my cuz,
the catalyst.
My
for that.
my big cuz put me on game.
That's dope. That's great. Great to have someone like that. I kind of never had an OG. I just figured all my friends needed weed. I know where to get some great ass weed. I'll get it for all of you. And that was it. It started just like that. And then all of a sudden, everyone was like, yo, you can get it for me? You can get it for me? You get it for me? And I was like, damn, there's a lot of people. And then that was it. I just started copping QPs and went to pounds, and I was like, damn, all right.
Once you get to pounds, and you're like, all right, next break's at 5.
But the crazy thing is, I had a fucking job, like full-time job the whole time. So people are blowing up my phone, and I'm like explaining to them, like, yo, bro, I got you after 5 p.m. Like, don't fucking hit me up until 5 p.m.
See, you're crazy. See, I used to get jobs to find more clients.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. I worked at a ski shop, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I was providing the whole ski shop.
Yeah, you're golden.
So it was great. And I was in New York, too, so, like, they needed a plug. There was not, like, a dispensary or something. They can medical card. There was none of that shit. Like, it was like they needed someone to get weed from. So that, for me...
That's old school drug dealer shit. Wait for me at the 7-Eleven parking lot 2 hours later.
Literally.
Fuck this guy. I hate him. Literally. Then just leave. I can't. I need the fucking weed.
Exactly.
I need the fucking weed.
Bro, I'll never forget the times where I had no one else to hit up. And the one guy I fucking was hitting up was doing some shit like that. I'm like, bro, if you weren't the only person around with weed right now, like, I would fucking tell you to go fuck yourself.
That's the reason I became the way I was.
Yeah.
Is because of those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And, like, I love my cousin to death. He was one of those motherfuckers, too.
Typical drug
like,
dealer shit.
Yeah, typical. But fuck, I was like that for a long time too.
Yeah.
Especially like on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, or fucking any football Sunday.
Yeah.
Bro, I gotta make 12 stops. Everybody wants you to eat barbecue, hang out, smoke a joint with me.
Yep.
And if you don't smoke a joint, well, what the fuck? What are you? You're not my friend. You're just a drug dealer. Like what the? No, I'm your boy.
Yeah.
Dick, because you're my boy, I'm trying to drop off a sack to go fucking drop. No, you gotta say hi to my mom. Like, oh fuck, all right, yes. And then mom, as soon as you see mom's is gonna feed you.
Yeah.
And now you're in for at least 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you can't leave, and then dad comes over, or
Can't
uncle,
be disrespectful. Yeah.
somebody will come over and be like, you need a shot, and you're like, no, I can't.
You got to.
What do you mean you have to? And it's like,
It's a whole
and then you
thing.
can't say, oh, I only smoke weed, because then now you're disrespect. Like it was back in the day. These kids don't fucking know.
Yeah.
It's okay to smoke weed right now, sort of.
Super accepted.
Sort of.
Depending where you go.
Let me be honest with you. Like, at some point, my mom realized that it was medicine. I was in Florida. I was with my daughter, my baby's mom, and my mother. So the 3 most important females in my life that love to bust my fucking balls. So these fucking, I don't know what was happening. It was hot. It was humid. And I'm like trying not to smoke, to be respectful of my mom and the whole shit, right?
Yeah.
And she comes in the room and she's like, you know what? You're being kind of an asshole. Why don't you go in the patio and go do your stupid thing and you'll be in a better mood? And I almost, because I was so fucking pissed, I almost popped off at her and my brain went, hey, stupid.
Go smoke.
Your mother just gave you permission. What the fuck are you doing? And I was like, all right. And I went back, fucking set up, took a dab. I came back and I was so fucking happy.
Yeah.
And my mom just kind of looked at me and goes, huh. And then we just left from there on out. And we had like the most pleasant fucking afternoon.
Yeah.
And after that, my mom, I mean, granted, I was 9 years old or 36 or whatever the fuck it was. But after that, she never gave me shit.
There you go.
And I was like, oh. And now she'll actually like, she'll just, hey, go outside.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah, it's funny. My mom came a long way as well, but my mom actually smokes now.
Really?
Yeah.
No, my mom.
She used to be so against. She told me I would do heroin if I smoked weed. Straight up. She was that kind of mom. And then I've never done heroin. So God bless.
Yeah, I have no comment on none of that.
But fucking A, now she knows, like, now that it's legal in New York, she's like, oh, it's legal now. I'm like, fuck you, yo. You fucking gave me shit my whole life. Flushing my shit down the toilet. Like,
Bro,
come
my
on.
mom's old school Latin.
Okay.
My mom looks like a little Asian lady, speaks perfect Spanish, and grew up in a Latin household.
Okay.
Right? And so, no, she was going through chemo, had cancer, and still wouldn't take Nothing I gave her.
That's crazy.
Like I fucking personally rolled joints for her. And I picked out the strains that would be like non-fucking nausea and the whole shit. And I fucking like, Mom, these are going to be, and I separated them. Mom, these are going to be for before you eat. So that way gives you an appetite. And this one's in case you feel queasy or whatever. And then she's like, I'm like, how do I smoke it? Mom, like, you smoke a cigarette.
Yeah.
You smoke tons of cigarettes.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't do it.
Damn.
And then she told me she did just to make me feel better. And then one day I was cleaning up the house and I look and I'm like, these are fucking 9 years old.
Damn, that's crazy.
And like, you know,
so it wasn't very socially accepted.
Nah,
not in your household.
Yeah, not back then either. Still,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was an '80s baby.
Yeah, okay.
So like, growing up the '90s, it was okay to do cocaine, but you can't smoke weed. That's terrible. You're a piece of shit. You're a degenerate. You know what I mean?
True.
Like,
It's true. That is true. But okay, so obviously you've come a long way. You said you've owned dispensaries as well, correct?
yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah. So that's why when you said events, I'm like, yeah, that's the new shit that we're doing. That's not fucking.
That's why I took a second. I was like, hold on, let's talk about some other shit first.
We went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to go. I initially wanted to go to the Marine Corps and go to the SWAT team.
Okay.
And then
that's drastically not this.
I just wanted to kill people and blow shit up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just wanted to fucking shoot shit.
Gotcha.
And then I couldn't do it. I have asthma, and
damn,
the recruiter fucking work with me to get like in shape to be able to pass it. But then at some point, we're working with me so long, he's like, you know what? He's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, there's 3 places that you'll die, and no one will save you. You won't have an inhaler. You really have asthma. You can't fucking out this. So I'm in like stellar shape, and I'm like, okay. Now what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I had been selling weed this whole time, and I was probably just gonna be a crooked cop. It's probably thank God they saved me, right? So then it was a full 180 after that.
Yeah.
Like then I worked at nightclubs and supplied party supplies and Molly and whatever.
Well, I'm sure that had a lot to do with where you are at today in the event space.
Well, they say you're an expert if you do anything 10,000 hours, right? And I'm only an expert at a few things. Weed shops, or anything that has to do with weed. Throwing parties. And the other one I'm not going to say, because I just remember that we're being filmed.
We're on camera. Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Yep.
So do you remember the first event you ever threw?
Like in high school when we threw, yeah.
Just in general, like, or maybe weed event. Let's say weed event.
No, if you go first event, I remember somebody's mom was gone.
Okay.
And I threw a flyer party.
Okay.
And I fucking.
So it was just a house party.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
I mean,
so you were throwing Project X shit before Project X existed.
I actually missed that party. That party happened in real life.
Hold on, that was real?
That was a real party.
I thought that was just a movie.
I have probably the way I am now is FOMO from missing that fucking party.
Fuck, bro.
Bro.
I wish.
Because they called us and they're like, oh, this party's going to be in Pasadena. And we all looked at each other like, fuck, that's far. By the time we get there, it's going to be shut down. Fucking legendary party. They made a movie about it.
Crazy.
And when I seen the movie, I went, oh my God, again. Because you heard it, bro. Yeah. It was on Power 106 the next fucking morning on your way to school. They talked about that party.
Well, yeah.
Everybody. It was fucking legendary.
They burnt the fucking neighborhood down.
No, that was a little exaggerated. I don't remember there being a fire, but I do remember it being like fucking wild. Maybe there was a little bit of a fire. But like
I think they like burnt a car or some shit.
They burnt a car, yes. Yeah. But it wasn't like the tree was on fire and all crazy shit how they made it seem. You know what I mean? Like it was a little dramatic, but it was like it was right
Damn,
there.
You're bringing me back because the time I went and saw this movie in theaters, like this was a legendary time in my life too. This inspired me a lot as well. I was like, I gotta do that. I gotta throw a party like that. Like
the goal was always to throw a party like that, right? Yeah. But just not at your house.
100%.
Because my mom would fucking kill me.
People don't care either. They're gonna fuck your house up.
They're gonna fuck your house up. Yep. Unless you have real security, and a lot of them.
Yeah.
And like you're not smart enough at fucking that age 18, to actually we did have some security, but it was more like your homies that like know how to fight.
Of course. Yeah. That was always a security.
Yeah.
Hey, watch out. If anything goes down, just keep an eye out.
Yeah. If you see me getting my ass beat, fucking, don't
let me
kick him
out.
Yeah.
Kick him out.
Don't let me get my ass beat in the house, goddammit.
My house. This is my fucking house. Nah, but so that's crazy shit, bro. So Project X party. Damn, you could have went. You should have. Damn.
I fucking should have went.
Damn.
I fucking never went. And all of us still kick ourselves in the ass. And then, but whatever.
Hey, I'm sure you've had plenty of
I've had some legendary.
I was gonna say, if
now.
that was your inspiration, I'm sure you've had some pretty legendary.
So at some point, after the divorce, I fucking went to Coachella and I didn't come back for 3 years. And so my boy Richie Polanco Jr. shout out. He'd been trying to get me to Coachella for like 7 years. I was like, Coachella, but I was married and I had kids and I was running 3 businesses and I had, it's like, come, bro, it'll be fucking epic. You'll fucking love it. And I'm like, bro, how in the fuck am I gonna go? Yeah, So then when the divorce happened, I had nothing going on and I just fucking went to the desert, and that was fucking epic. Yeah, but I personally like Coachella if you get the artist pass, but not if you get anything else. Yeah,
honestly, I don't want to go any other way. I've never been, but I want to go and have that experience.
No, I've done it all. I've done it on fucking GA. I've done it all. Okay. But thank God I always had like Laguna Seca as a backup. So Laguna Seca is like 8 mansions. Okay. That are on private property. So you can throw a party for 4 days straight and the police can't do shit. Nothing can happen. And they finally got rid of the fucking neighbor that was always complaining.
Wow, that's sick as fuck.
Because they would offer her money, a trip to Paris for 2 months, whatever the fuck. Just get the fuck out. Yeah. Because you make so much, they would make so much money.
Of course.
That month. And it was just like, she was always just like,
yeah.
Finally, she sold
I hate
the house.
fucking people like that, bro.
It's like, dude, we're
trying to ruin the fun. Get the fuck away.
But not only that, but we're offering. You want to fly to Paris? You want to go to Bahamas? Wherever the fuck you want to go.
Yeah. Why do you want to be right here?
How much money do you want in order for you to leave for fucking 1 month? Yeah. And she wouldn't do anything. That's one of those things. You're like, wow, like you just want to shit on us. Okay.
So that place is now still exists.
Fuck yeah.
And she's gone.
Fuck yeah.
We out, bro.
Yeah, and it's like each mansion has like a pool, and one has a putting green, and the other one has like a volleyball court, and the other one has and one of them has a main hangar. Okay. And DJ Alesso played for like 13 hours straight till sunup.
That's sick.
And like it was just I've never
experienced anything like that. I'll be honest with you.
I never left. Not never. I didn't leave for 3 years. Oh. And I lived in the desert for 3 years, and then I ended up back then I got. Merino Valley had a ban on weed. Okay. And then I was with my boy, Richard Blanco Jr., who's the son of a senator. I think the term is a lobbyist. Okay. Is a proper term. Yeah. So there's a mayor's meeting once a month where all the mayors meet in Los Angeles and they have some bullet, whatever the fuck they got to do, right? And so the mayor of Coachella invited us out. And my boy Richie's like, hey, when we get there, I got to handle like some big boy shit. So I need you to buy a cup of coffee for the mayor of Merino Valley. I was like, cool, bet. We were insurance and ties and the whole shit. He goes, handles his shit. I'm talking to the lady. She's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh, yeah. Just whatever. Got a cup of coffee. She starts talking. Super nice lady. She passed away now.
R.I.P.
But R.I.P. But my boy sits down and she was like, he's like, how do you feel about marijuana? She's like, personally? I don't give a fuck. She's like, politically, I'm not dealing with that shit. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. He's like, could I handle it? Like, yeah. So we fucking get the blessing or like, get the okay, and we start fucking the thing. And the only thing that these ladies knew how to say was, marijuana no, marijuana no. Oh my God. So I look at my boy and I'm like, bro, we're fucked. What are we gonna do? He goes, calm down, relax. Like, this is what we do. So we had to have them come out. He explained to them with the mayor there of the city, and like the mayor explained to them too that like this is what's gonna happen with the money, and like that this is gonna help the city, and like just it took for like 2 fucking years.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like, fucking every meeting and everything. It just takes forever. Like it's fucking nuts. But in the meantime, that was 2 Coachellas that I got to go to.
There you go.
And then more importantly, I got to learn a bunch of stuff about how everything kind of works. And those are not events. Those are festivals.
Fucking, yes,
it's a different story. So it's like it goes from like backyard family party to like a real party to like Project X to like an event to like a festival to like,
Yeah, there's levels to it for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
To a nightclub, because it would be like here, and then just there's all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. So now let's get into the weed events a little bit. Do you remember the first weed event you threw?
That I threw? Yeah. It was Nothin But Fire.
Okay, so this was the first one 3 years ago. What was like the pros and cons of it?
Wait. No, that's a lie. Actually, I fucked up.
Right.
Technically, that's funny. So technically, all of this spawned from back in the day, from me being the GM for Buddha Co. in Los Angeles, off Los Angeles Street.
Okay.
And basically, my boss was who's my friend too. He was fucking hilarious. He's like, listen, Mikey, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Don't get me in trouble. And if it costs $1, the answer is no. Fuck. You don't know what you just did, bro. I was like, cool, bet. Went off. And that's when unfortunately, because of me, there's the rule in LA that you can't throw a party. So there's an alley behind the shop and there's a parking lot right there. So I rented out the parking lot. Right? I rented out the 6 spots or the 12 spots, whatever. The fucking guy was pissed. Because once he figured out what I was doing, he was pissed because he would have charged me more.
Of course.
And then I had all of the brands chip in. And shout out to Jacob Cunningham. He was with Flavor X back then. He spent like $4,000 on a fucking... They made fresh sorbet or fresh ice cream right there in front of you.
Wow.
It's fucking sick.
That's an experience.
Yeah. The whole thing was a fucking circus. And I was just running the whole circus with a walkie-talkie. And shout out to Isaac. Isaac got the sodas and like the meat and like basically I got all the homies that ran brands.
Okay.
And I asked them to all do. It was like old school chip-in barbecue. Hey, we're throwing a party at my house. Bring fucking something.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of shit.
Yeah.
Somebody else fucking bought the meat. Someone else bought the hot dogs. Fucking the homie Tony fucking cooked the hamburgers. You know what I mean? It was just one of those, like, it was like a backyard thing, but it was like 15, 20 brands.
Wow. Okay.
And then the cool thing is you could sell weed there, right? Because you walk into the shop, you buy the fucking weed, and then you walk right out. There's chairs. You can smoke weed. You can chill. There's umbrellas. There's a bunch of brands giving you free shit. You know.
Sounds like a good time.
And this was a while ago. This was a while. So that technically that would be my first event.
That sounds like a great event.
But in my head, it wasn't an event. Oh, it was a great event. It was a great event because of the numbers that we hit that day, because of what we pulled off, and then after that, I got to throw a party whenever the fuck I wanted.
Beautiful.
He was like, hey, he'd start pushing me. When are you going to throw another party? I'm like, when are you going to chip in a little bit?
Did anything go wrong that day?
Yeah.
No obstacles.
That's
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Well, I mean, I also had my fucking 3 security guards that are big, bad motherfuckers that like want to beat the fuck out of someone. And then one of the little guys wanted to shoot someone always.
Oh my God.
So like, I was good. When we were in the middle of the riots, I was open during the middle of the riots.
Yeah.
I walked out. Yeah, I was fucking nuts back then. I had a bulletproof vest on. I had a fucking 380 on my fucking back. I had a 9mm on my thigh. And I had like a full,
Jesus.
Basically every bud tender's had a strap.
Dude was ready for war.
Yeah, and we were serving sacks.
Yeah.
And like there's a fire. They lit the trash cans on fire for whatever reason. And like the trash cans are on fire. A fire truck pulls up. No, I'm sorry. A cop car pulls up with a fire truck. They put out the fires. There's riots going on. There's people rioting, running around everywhere. There's like a convertible with a baby in it and stuff being thrown in the car.
Jesus.
And I'm just like, what in the fuck?
Yeah.
And the cop just pulls off. And I was like,
That's crazy.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so, he just kind of
Like,
waved
I'm
at me.
not dealing with this shit.
Yeah, he just kind of waved at me like,
Good luck.
and I was like, I'm good. My store's good. They're not fucking with me because they know.
Yeah.
Like I was one of those ones that I was like, please,
They knew better.
someone say something so I could just fucking unload this clip. I'll
Yeah.
fucking leave to Mexico for a year. I'm cool. Or Peru or wherever the fuck. Just,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was crazy. Like it was at one point there was at least 300 to 500 people just breaking in this shit and just like it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
That's dope.
It was crazy because in that moment is when I realized that my mama raised me right. Because I
Yeah.
was walking by and there was like an amp thing that's like I've seen it. I know the owner of the place. It was like $10,000 little box you could take.
Yeah.
Nobody saw it because no one knows the value of it. Right? They're walking out with guitars and shit. And 2 things. 1, that's the homie. 2, can't fucking steal.
Yeah.
I can't fucking steal. I couldn't
Absolutely.
fucking steal it. I couldn't
God
do
bless.
it. I
God
called my
bless.
mom and I like was pissed. I was like, Mom, damn it, because of you, I couldn't. She's like, good.
Yeah.
Good, because you're not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
You sound like you had a good mom.
yeah. And then
She
my mom,
raised you right.
like, she said that, and I like made me feel better. But then I was like upset. I was
Shit,
like,
still could have had it.
I was like, that's 10 racks. That could change my life right now. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest. When I was young, bro, I never stole shit. But I had homies who stole shit all the time. That was their thing. You know, they would go into Target, get a red, whatever the fuck they wanted, headphones, shirt, sweater, come out. I wasn't one of those people. My mom taught me better.
No,
But
my mom taught me better too.
But if they were like, yo, if we were skateboarding and I just broke a pair of my headphones and they were going in anyway, I was like, yo, you mind grabbing me a pair too, bro? And my mom hated that shit. I told her about it. She's like, you're a fucking asshole. And then I really thought about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's wrong. Obviously, I know it's wrong.
No,
now, I'm a grown man.
stop.
I know it's wrong.
Stop it. Stop it. So, same story, same riot. Okay. So, I get a pair of like $900 Jordans for $60.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I don't know if this gentleman had stole it or not. All I know is that he had 35 pairs of Jordans and he didn't want that pair. And so I purchased the pair of Jordans for $60.
From the stand-up businessman.
From, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
And my mom's like, no, that's encouraging. Mom, you're assuming he stole it.
Yeah. You haven't known.
That's racist.
I love it. Yeah, no, definitely similar ass stories. And the funny thing was, this was going on two completely opposite sides of the country. So it's all the same shit, different toilet, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But so now.
Both got good moms.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, she didn't. Mom, thank you, Mom. I appreciate you for sure. But
no, Mom, you should have hit me more. Like I could have fucking not been doing this and been like a lawyer or some shit. Like
shout out to my older brother because he got that. I got more of like it was a little bit easier. You know?
Oh yeah. So your brother's a lawyer?
No, he's not a lawyer, but he took the brunt of the.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have to. You know what I mean? I learned from watching him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
That'll make Mom lose her shit.
I was like, oh, okay. But so now getting into the Nothing But Fire events, what made you start that?
So that's funny because we have to pre-wind, right? So remember that guy Wheezy Dabs I was telling you about?
Yes, sir.
So that guy Wheezy Dabs, I would go with him to all the Cannabis Cups and the High Times and the Kush Cup and all the fucking shit that he would win. And I would see everything that was wrong with everything. Okay. And I wanted to throw a cannabis competition that was non-biased. So how do we make it non-biased? Well, I can't judge, right? And so what I do is I'm a purchasing manager for a weed shop. I'm a finder of weed for whatever the fuck that term's called, whatever. Yeah. I deal with a lot of weed for a lot of different sections. So I see a lot of weed. I know what fire is. So when I think a brand is good, I have to smell it, smoke it, taste it, whatever. And then I'll be like, fuck, it's good. It's good enough to compete. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's good enough to be in. And if it is, then you get invited into the competition. Okay. If you get invited in the competition, you either have to pay for your entries, get a booth, that's pretty much it. Okay. And then what happens is we get the entries. Oh, I'm sorry, you have to be a licensed brand. Okay. I'm sorry, you have to be a licensed cultivator. Or if not, you have to be like connected to a cultivator, like, you know, like if they're growing this room for that guy or whatever, that's fine. There's little things that, you know, the weed industry had to make little exceptions for because, you know, that's my table, it's my weed. He grows it, but it's mine, kind of shit. Of course. Like there's all kinds of crazy shit that happens in the weed world. Yeah. So there's a couple of, you know, it has to be your grow or that grower has to represent you or say yes and vouch for it or whatever. Okay. You have to be licensed. You have to be in at least one store or, as of last year now, a delivery service. Because goddamn fucking weed guys have to fucking find a loophole every fucking thing, right? And if you're going to enter, you have to at least chip in because the trophies are expensive as fuck. Of course. And the first year, a couple teams got me, or a couple companies got me, and they won and paid nothing. Damn. And I still gave them their trophies. Hey. It is what it is. So that's how the fuck you know it's not rigged. Because it is what it is. If you get invited and you're fire, you're fire. That's it. No, it doesn't matter.
It's nothing but fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
pretty damn cool.
the first one we did at the Vortex in a little shit warehouse in like a little alley, halfway alley parking lot thing. And that was not what I wanted.
Gotcha.
That was the first one to like, I've been wanting to do this for like years. And I was always like, fuck. And at some point, for whatever reason, something happened and I don't really remember. And I was like, fuck it. I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I said, I'm going to do it.
Was it the pandemic?
No.
No?
No, pandemic's great.
Yeah, it was great.
Pandemic was dope. Everyone's like, oh, pandemic. No,
the pandemic's the reason I'm here now, honestly.
Is it?
So, yeah, because I had a business back in New York, and they forced me to close it. So I had nothing to fucking do, bro. They were just paying me to sit at home, and I'm like, that's when I really got into my podcast bag. Started, because I watched a bunch. I was like, damn, I love talking to people. Like, I could do this shit.
You're one of those guys. You got a paycheck during COVID?
Yeah. Yeah, man, it was nice. But I had a business, too, so I was more than willing to go out. But they're like, no, you have to close. You're not an essential business. I'm like, all right, well, if you're going to fucking force my hand.
You should have took out that PPP loan.
I fucking kick myself in the ass every day. But kind of don't either, because I know I probably would have fucked it up and I probably would have went to jail. So God knew what he was doing. You know, everything happens for a reason.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
You have to pay your homies out.
For sure.
Because they're your employees.
Of course. Of course. But now it brought me to this. So, like, obviously I sat around a lot. Started making music again because that was a big thing. I didn't make music for a long time, and then when I was just sitting around, I was bored. So I started listening to beats again, rapping, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? So I just sold the business because probably could have been lucrative and had a great life, but it just wasn't what I wanted to be doing. So came out here for 2 months, really realized that this is where I wanted to be, and that was it. Went back home, sold the business, and came out here, and that was it. Been here ever since. Yeah. So it's been cool. But yeah, shit. Now, like, these events intrigue me, bro. Because we didn't have this shit in New York.
That was the other thing. Is like, I've gone to all the events and all the shit, and like, you have to remember, I fucking love most bro. I wouldn't have gone so many fucking years if I didn't love it, right?
Of course.
But then, I had a girlfriend, and I took her to an event, and she was like, "This is what the fuck you come to? 60 guys sitting there smoking dabs, talking about dabs." I'm like, yeah. You want to come with me? She's like, no. I don't want to come with you ever again.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So the crossbreed of the Nothin But Fire cannabis competition that's once a year is a award ceremony. It's a party, but it's got to be to the level that I can take. And if you ever been to one of my events,
I have not. I'll be honest with you.
There's a lot of girls.
I'm brand new to it, like I said.
There's a lot of girls.
Okay.
Because I make it super comfortable. I'm a single dad. My daughter's 16. I was raised by a single mom. So, like, you have to make it comfortable, right?
Of course.
And, like, I'm one of the only males with, like, 9, 10 girl cousins. So, like, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
So, you have to make it comfortable for everybody. And more importantly, if you make it if I had a certain level, if I can make it comfortable for that girlfriend, I could, first of all, she would stay there. Her girlfriends would have fun. More girls would have fun.
Yeah.
And if those girls are having fun and I can entertain them, well, fuck, everyone else is easy.
Of course.
Because just same shit as me.
And if that's the whole, like, club thing, too. If you can get girls in here and have a good time, the guys are going to follow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then, like, my golf tournament.
Yeah.
Like, Blunts and Birdie, shout out to Network. Nam
Shout out
and
to
Shay.
them. Yeah.
Those are my business partners.
Okay.
So Nam is the founder of Network, and me and Shay are co-founders. I threw Nothin But Fire 1, and they just kind of went, hey, come here. So they threw Blunts and Birdies. Fucking great event. Awesome event. I'm throwing my golf tournament May 20th at Monarch.
Beautiful.
And I was talking to the guy, and I was explaining to him that I wanted something at every single hole. And he's like, no, you don't need to do that. You can only do something at this, and this hole. I'm like, yeah, that's what someone normal would do. I want something at every hole. And not only that, I want something at every hole because I want to be in between the masters and the waste management or whatever the party one is.
Yeah.
I want to be like right above that.
Okay.
So I have some sort of game or prize activation at every single hole.
That's dope.
I have 15 different brands that are activating at each hole. Working on having like a helicopter draw. There's a bunch of different shit.
That sounds crazy. And this is right here, May 20th?
That's going to be in Dana Point.
Okay.
May 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things that is just kind of like, if you guys have seen my events or whatever, you haven't. What happens is if you're waiting for it on Instagram or like to be like, oh, me to be like, hey, I'm doing all of this. That's not how it works.
Okay.
You need to like come and see what the fuck I did.
Gotcha.
And it's always like at that little shit. The first one, Nothin But Fire 1, we had a McLaren, we had a Ferrari, and we had some other car.
Okay.
Some monster truck or some shit.
Sick.
So it was like one of those things that it was always kind of like, even the guy from the venue was like, there's no way you're going to have these $100,000, $200,000 cars here.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, they're going to be right here, and right here. And just, no one has any faith ever.
Made it happen, though.
Yeah. So that's kind of how we got into throwing the Nothin But Fire cannabis competition. And initially it had been, I wanted to throw 3. Oh, that's the other thing that you should probably know, because you seem to know my vibe and you seem to be like me.
For sure.
So the first one, we went balls out. We put next month's car payment and next month's rent on the event down payment. So if we failed, we were homeless and we were carless.
That's crazy.
It's balls out.
You got to really trust yourself.
Or be fucking crazy. My boy,
or be nuts. Yeah.
yeah. My boy Barney says you're a fucking idiot, but you believe in yourself and you pull it off.
Absolutely.
And like, I don't know. Shout out to Barney. Oh, by the way, you should probably get Barney to come in here and
pull up, bro. We're down to have him.
Yeah. So Barney will set that up.
Sounds good.
Oh, and then Barney's gonna be the host of the 4th Nothin But Fire.
Okay.
So, and then I'm gonna pop up and give my my award to something.
Sick.
Somebody. I always, that's the other thing. We always give an award to some sort of foundation or somebody that, just like the first year was Miko.
Okay.
She is a big advocate for autism and cannabis.
Beautiful.
The second year was, or the third year was the Hans Schneider Foundation.
Okay.
And that they actually take money from cannabis and do good things with it, like build a school in Vietnam, build a school in Colombia.
Beautiful.
He's doing a boxing gym in Mexico.
See, that's the shit cannabis dollars need to be spent on. Good shit. Like,
they won't take our money.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's why I do, like, parties and fundraisers and, like, oh, let me see that card right there.
Yeah.
So, like, for the party for the fundraiser, like, I'm going to do one with just the VIP people.
Okay.
And it's going to be, like, a rooftop party. You'll get, like, a little push notification on this. And it'll tell you the address and what time and what day. Okay. And that whatever it is, and it's free to you to enter, and it'll have all the fucking crazy shit that we always do.
Fire. What I mean? So you got to have one of these, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the way you got that was by buying your ticket last year for Nothin But Fire.
Absolutely.
See, but again, I don't market that well.
Yeah.
So nobody knows that that card gets you a discount on a bunch of stuff, and we're working on that. It's going to have... there's a speakeasy in Beverly Hills that'll get you a free drink at and get you a little table in the back.
Okay.
And,
that's sick, bro. Exclusive memberships, I think this is the future for sure.
You know, and it cost them, the VIP, I think was $150.
That's not
$250. Plus you got a bunch of free weed and a bunch of free stuff.
Good vibes.
But everyone just sleeping. This is going to be the 4th year. We're going to make it huge. Every year has gotten bigger and better.
Beautiful.
But that card gives you a discount at certain shops. Oh, let's go here. Buzz, Evergreen, The Chronic. God, there's a couple more. If you click on it, it'll show you.
Okay, cool, sick. No, that's really fucking dope.
And it'll show you the content, new content, venues that we're doing.
Okay,
parties.
All the events, everything.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's supposed to.
Okay.
Like the golf tournament's going to be on there.
Okay, sick. And that pops up, like, how does that work? So how soon out? Like, say it's on the 20th, when will the alert pop up on the card?
I mean, honestly, I was supposed to do that like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Now that we're talking about it, I'm like, oh, shit, that's on the
do
list.
It today,
yeah, that's what I got to do today.
There you go. Beautiful.
But yeah, like, essentially, it's if someone's organized and super on it, like that thing.
It should be working already. Yeah.
Oh, it works. It works dope.
Yeah.
But I'm the only one leading the ship on this thing. So those little things fall through the crack because
it's understandable.
I'm doing 10 million other things. So
I feel like in this industry, we all wear 10 different masks. You know, you're never just doing one thing.
Never.
But that's a blessing and a curse. You know, it keeps you busy. But then shit like that, you're like, oh fuck, gotta do that. You know. Yeah. But honestly, I can't wait to come check out the event. Like I said, I'm brand new to the event space, and we actually just had the guy Vinny from ProPen on here earlier.
I love Vinny.
And he said he won't go to an event unless it's a Nothin But Fire event. So that's definitely
shout out to Vinny. I love Vinny. Vinny's a good dude.
Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Sure. There's tons of people we give out shout outs.
He's like, I got a list.
I mean, it's literally some of the sponsors that are here for the Monarch takeover. High Seas is a dispensary. They have 2 dispensaries, one in Costa Mesa. They have a Shark Tank.
Okay, that's sick.
And then one of the ones in San Diego. We got Planta, Nothin But Fire winner, multiple years.
And quick question before you do list all this off, how do you go about like picking your judges for these events?
So they have to have some sort of qualifications. It has to be, so there's like sets of judges. So there's like celebrity judges that it's like Exhibit. He got a big bag of fucking weed, but let's be honest here. He's fucking Exhibit. He's not gonna fill out my form and fucking tell me which each one was and sit there and fucking. The guy's a fucking multi-millionaire. He doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? He's just like, oh, dope weed, and he named off every single one of the brands and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was it. I'm not gonna sit there with him for the next 5 days to watch him say
What
which.
about this one? What about this one?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't have time for that shit either.
Absolutely.
So there's like a celebrity kit where it goes to celebrities.
Okay.
And I believe, Exhibit counts, right?
Sure.
There's a bunch of different people. Snoop Dogg was supposed to get one, but he had to fly out of the country. Or he's fucking Snoop Dogg.
Busy guy, yeah.
He's fucking, he's worth tons of money. He does a lot of shit now.
He is the guy.
Yeah. So it's like he popped up to the first network for us. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He was doing a photo shoot next door, a video thing or whatever. And then some of the people hit him up and he
Popped right in.
just popped over for a second.
Shout
Everyone
out to
gave him a
Snoop.
bag of weed.
Fire.
Yeah. Snoop's dope. Uncle Snoop.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Back in the
Sick.
day when I had that
Keep
shop,
going though. I want everyone to get their flowers. But yeah, go ahead. Back in the day, what?
I was going to say I made, with Kush Kingdom, we made Corrupts Kush and Method Man's Blackout.
Sick.
And that was before the Moon Rocks thing and whatever. And that was before the whatever he has now. Tikal?
Yeah.
The Tikal he has now.
That shit was cool though. We actually just had a story on the Moon Rocks the other day, and it reminded me of Moon Rocks because those did make their way to New York.
No shit.
I don't think they were real, but those also look like pine tar heroin. But they were cool, man.
The knockoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And by the time they got to us, like all the keef had already like melted into it, so it didn't look like pretty. You know, but it was cool. It was cool to say I had it. I had the jar that said Corrupts Moon Rocks, so I believed it. I don't know. Believe half of what you see.
He's cool.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, cool dude. But yeah, keep going with your shout outs, man. I want everyone to get their shout out for sure.
Top Shelf Cultivation. They're getting a hole. He's a really good golfer too. He's a really
Sick.
good golfer.
So I'm sure that's gonna make the competition even better when you have good golfers.
Yeah. There's a lot of good golfers that are coming out too.
Yep.
Royal Blunts. Shout out Royal Blunts. Oh, that's the other thing. We did a bunch of collabs with Royal Blunts.
Okay.
We took all of the winners, not all of them, almost all. We're still getting through the list. Some people didn't have weed, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But we did a little collab that was just for just to get it to market.
Sick.
Really, what happened is I got bored, and I was like, "Hey, let's do this." And the homie Keith at Royal Blunts was like, "All right, let's do it." Got it to market, and all of a sudden it took off, and all of a sudden we had to like make more, and it just kind of. Initially, it was only to like do it my shop and like one of the homie shops.
Yeah.
And then it just got big. Oh, and then secret little thing that we got going on. We're doing a collab with Mrs. Scoops.
Okay.
Royal Blunts Mrs. Scoops collab. We're doing 4 flavors with them. They're gonna be dropping here soon. That's one of those things that just little
to be announced.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you guys got the first little sneak.
You heard it here first. Green Rush Nation podcast.
Yeah. And then Terpene Warehouse. Shout out to Terpene Warehouse. Big C. He's been supporting everything we've done since forever. The first Nothin But Fire, the second Nothin But Fire, third Nothin But Fire,
Beautiful.
the fourth Nothin But Fire, the golf tournament, the fundraiser. We threw a fundraiser with the Hans Schneider Foundation and Holotips.
Okay.
On a rooftop. And then we raised a bunch of money to build a school in Vietnam.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Shout out to that, though. That's really cool shit.
and then in Christmas, we did a fundraiser to get toys for underprivileged kids. And then the next day, which it was dumb, we should never do that again. They throw a party and then have to be somewhere at 6 a.m. the next day.
Yeah. That's
Dumb.
Yeah.
There's
Not the best idea.
3,500 people lined up, or 3,500 families.
Wow.
And we gave out Christmas trees. And shout out Rudy's Trees. Rudy's Christmas trees. I still owe you weed.
He's got you.
Yeah, I got him. It's bro. The one
It's
that
right
I had
here.
for him already went bad. Like I just got to see the guy.
Of course.
Rudy's trees. He donated trees. And then Chirping Warehouse donated a bunch of stuff. And,
Beautiful.
I mean, it was just like a drop in the bucket we donated compared to how many people were there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It was like crazy. And at first I thought it was a lot. I was like, wow, we did good. And then I rolled up there and I was like, holy shit, this ain't shit.
Yeah.
And like, then it was good to give back. And like, there's a single mom that she's like, I don't need toys. I don't need food. I need a motherfucking Christmas tree because I'm not paying $300 and I'm going to throw it away in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Right,
for sure.
Like, wow. All right, here you go.
That's dope. That's dope. Bringing love to the community.
LA Family Farms.
LA Family Farms.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with them.
LA Family Farms. Fuck, those guys swept. First place on all 3 categories.
Wow.
And then Backpack Boys. Fuck, I need to call them. Backpack Boys.
This is a good day. You're reminding yourself to do a lot of shit.
Yeah, just because I'm talking to you. I'm like, wait a minute here. Good interview.
Yeah.
Molly Chirps, shout out to them. They're taking care of. They're gonna be there and they're giving out juice, fresh pressed juice. Alchemist Organics juice.
Okay.
See, and Alchemist Organics has been there for the first Nothin But Fire, second Nothin But Fire, and third Nothin But Fire, and of course we're for the 4th.
Beautiful.
Shout out to Dutchies. Dutchies is a POS system for the world. If you sell things,
Okay.
and they have a little section for cannabis, and it's a good POS system.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Gina from Cake House. Shout out to Gina. Gina's G. She's an old school gangster.
Shout out to them over at Cake House for sure.
Yeah, they keep their word and do what
Good people.
Yeah, good people.
Good people.
Shout out to Kev at Buzz. He's not gonna be there. He's gonna be gone. But shout out to them. Hopefully they send somebody to represent them over there. Cali Kush Farms. Big Dex is gonna come out and play golf.
Fire.
Kushco. They win for OG. Originals.
Okay.
Originals, Nameless. Kieran Joy, Excelibus Labs, Encore Labs, Rockstar, Cold Fire, Rove. I mean,
You got them all out there, huh?
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Look, I'm telling you, when I take something over, everyone's like, "Oh shit!" They might never let him do this shit ever again.
I love
And
it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm gonna be okay, but I still always have that feeling of like, oh, you know what? We're not gonna take your money next time. There's so much fucked up, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Like when we did the one at the Surgeon, like now it's like a $5,000 like smoking fee or whatever.
Shit.
So you just calculate in the cost now,
Yeah, pay it.
and they're just like,
Fuck.
fuck. So
We're going to wrap up soon here because we are getting to the time. But I just want to know, what is one of the biggest obstacles you face while throwing these events?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Fuck, organization.
Okay. I feel like that's a lot with events, so it's hard. There's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah.
And now, what advice would you give to someone who's thinking about throwing an event?
Just fucking do it. Just
do
grab your
it.
fucking balls and fucking do
That's
it.
the best way to learn, huh?
Yeah,
Just
like-
fucking go into the fire.
If you fucking fail, so fucking what?
It is
At
what
least
it
you
is.
know what the fuck you did wrong. You have a fucking baseline. Don't do it. Do another event, but don't do that again.
Yeah.
And
Learn.
then you just keep going. Honestly, get a good team. Oh, shout out Uncle Wayne. Shout out Dad. Nam. Shay. Shout out Goodfellas. Shout out to Network. And yeah.
Shit.
Runs Kushco.
Hell yeah. Shout
yeah.
out to you for coming out, brother. We appreciate you.
Shout out to you guys for having me. This is
Thank
dope.
you. Thank you. We appreciate it. We try to do our best here, make people feel welcome. And
Yeah, it's too welcoming. I fucked up. I forgot we were being filmed for a second. I almost slipped.
hey, sometimes that's the best. And I remind people all the time, like I said when you first came, this really is just a conversation.
Yeah.
So the more we can just have a conversation and not make it like interviewee, the better it is.
Yeah, for sure.
But where can the people find you?
Nothin.but.fire. And that's the one that's shadow banned.
On Instagram?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
there's nothing.but Fire 2.0. And those are the two.
Okay.
The 2.0 is kind of boring. That's where you just find the flyers for what their events are, or maybe a little footage or whatever. But
and where can they find your product?
What product?
These right here.
Oh, the Royal Blunts.
Yeah.
The Royal Blunts, you can find them at Evergreen. You can find them at, we're in like 110 stores. No,
Okay.
68 stores.
So keep an eye out for them.
Yeah, that's going to be the Royal Blunts collab, Nothin But Fire collab. That's it. LAXCC, Evergreen, Buzz Cannabis. I think the first two for sure. They're in The Chronic. They're in, there's one more. I'm always missing one. Oh, Long Beach Collective.
Okay.
Shout out to Brian.
Shout out to them. Well, man, we appreciate you taking out the time to talk to us today. You have a hell of a story, and you have a great mom. So shout out to your mom, brother.
Shout out to your mom too, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's pretty much it for today. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Shout out to my daughter.
Shout out to the daughter. Always have to do that.
Just go for it. Just go for it. Grab your balls, do it. If you're going to do it, elevate the industry a little bit somehow.
Absolutely.
Either make it at somewhere where and when I say weed people,
yes.
where weed people would not normally be, because like the Monarch is beautiful. It's like, it's one of those places that you're iconic.
It's elegant.
It's super elegant. And the fact that we're going to be able to just smoke at will and not have to be like, oh, wait, I have to go in that corner over there because Buffy's going to get pissed or whatever. Like,
this is for the community.
This is elevating the community. Almost every single hole has a view of the ocean. Where dinner's going to be has a view of the ocean. It's
Beautiful.
just, it's a.
I'm excited, man. Yeah. Pull up May 20th.
May 20th. You got to pull up, and then definitely, hit me up on Instagram, or if not, email. Should have had that ready.
It's all right. Yeah. We'll post it. We'll post it for you. Send it to us. We'll make sure they get the information.
Perfect.
But hey, you say what? How can they get the tickets?
They gotta get invited.
Okay, so it's by invite only.
But it's also like $250.
$250.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
I will figure that one out.
Hey, once he has it all ready, we're gonna be posting this before the event, so you guys can get all the information you need to go out and enjoy the great event.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, like I said again, we appreciate you coming out. Thank you for sharing your story and your energy. And that's it for today's podcast. Tell your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin, go share, subscribe, like, comment, turn on the notifications, and we'll see you next time.
I just had the bluest dream that you've ever seen, and I can't believe that shit was green, cause it hit so clean, and my history is a mystery. I don't give a fuck, I just hit the tree on the 5th degree. We don't pit for free. If you don't got 5 shit, get up and leave.